we become healthy and we send our body. Thank you. We are all welcome. It's a pleasure. We are going to start the program, and it's going to be very short or very brief. We'll be having a presentation. After the presentation, then a briefing by our undersecretary. So before we start, let us pray together. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. Pray that you guide us and lead us in everything that we do, and let your name be glorified. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. So I welcome Engineer Emmanuel to give us a presentation on the status of flood, and follow after Emmanuel, if there is some questions, you can ask briefly, then the Secretary will talk.
Before the presentation, we are here today to share together. First time we meet at the ministry premises outside, whereby we share with you the situation of the flooding that is coming to South Sudan. Now, we want to share again the reality, what we observe as a flood alert or the really flooding issues. So we'll go through the presentation, what we observed a week ago, and from there, the program is
presentation. Okay, good morning, everyone. So, my name is Emmanuel Johannes from the Ministry of Water. Just need to present for you a brief about the flood alert today. As previously Mr. on data, okay, as the Uganda has notified the South Sudan Ministry of Water Resources that they will reduce the release from the Lake Victoria from 2,600 cubic meter to 2,400 cubic meter, and later to the 2,200. That's what that was set to in the date of 16th of August. But the question that we cannot build on this messages because also there is we are in rainy season in South Sudan, which will be adding more to the level of the river. This is the extent of river Nile that has been exceeded during this month of August. So the maximum recorded during this months in some of the monitoring stations starting from normally, some of the station has exceeded flood level alert. The yellow color shows us the alert level that most of the monitoring station has reached this level. Coming to the Juba station alone, and Anadia, which is in Sobat River, the water level in Juba has exceeded already to the green lines. The green lines has exceeded to the flood level. And for the Anadia, which is in Sobat River, the water level has increased by 1.7 meter. Coming to the Mangala stations down to Juba, the water level in the graph, the green lines has also exceeded the maximum at that level, which is between the August. And the maximum water level recorded has been to the 14.85 meter, which is beyond the maximum level recorded. The picture shows that this is the house, the aging house in Mangala stations. The water is supposed to be behind that gate, but now the water has all exceeded the building. Hydraulically, the forecast from June to July, August, and September, it continued to show that the water conditions than 2019, 2020, 23. There is a 6-year recording water level, just for comparison between the year. The red lines show the 2021 flood. And the maximum water recorded during that time, it was between the September. But now, during August, the maximum level has exceeded, which is shown that the flood maybe will be worse than 2021 or 2019 flood. On the regional sites, we received a forecast from the ITRO. Also, this is the outlook, the October, November, December outlook, the rainfall outlook that predict by the equator. It shows that the 3 months, September and October, will be more wetter than normal. So the prediction shows that there is a rainfall expected which is above the normal in the eastern part, especially in South Sudan, in the eastern part of Sudan, of South Sudan. The third thing on the forecast is in the nights of flash forecasting forecast, which is saw some locations in South Sudan with probability of high record of rainfall, which will lead to the flash flood in some of this area. So we capture some of those points, but the forecast is covered the South Sudan. This is the example of location of Bahar Ghazal in South Basin, which will be affected with some flash flood during to the intensity of the rainfall. The ministry has planned to add more emergency monitoring stations to be implemented. Some of those stations has been installed, especially in Europe, and we still we receive an update on the water level from Europe. Also, additionally, some of the area will go on the ground, or some of them are on the ground to add more stations, especially in area of Akobo and Bibor. The ministry has a forecast center for just forecasting the rainfalls using the two types of the models, which is the ITER model and the weather forecast model, which is what? When we come to the conclusion and recommendations, it is the country to be ready so that because we are now in the river ends, flood and flash flood, so the flood will be the worst from the 2019 and 2022. So the advice is that to continue monitoring of flood and update of water level, continue dissemination of the early warning messages, intensify the flood awareness in the communities, especially those who are nearby the river banks. Also intensify the flood risk of activities as an indicator in the flood preparedness and response flooding of 2024. Okay, so thank you. This is what we just captured for this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Didi and Emmanuel. This answer, we are going to give the role of the secretary.
Yes, of course. This is a decision what we hope to share with the media and you, all the stakeholders and partners. If there is a good system, clarification before the other side that release the floor results or what? Media or stakeholders from the web, you have the room to present on this so that we get clarification.
Any question in regards to this presentation? Okay.
Actually, see, nobody want to raise his hand, just I want to clarify. Now, this is water from the river. Also, we just received 5 days ago from the Nile Basin the tricolor forecast every day. Now, all our cities are going to be submerged by the flash flood. water that comes from rain too much. So also those issues are to be we take care of, and also the media has to reflect and share with them those communities so that they get prepared accordingly. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to ask the whole. I wanted to know how many media outlets are here. Just wanted to, for accountability purposes, I wanted to know which media outlet is here apart from SSPC.
From
iRadio, ABC or which? ABC, then KZN. Yeah, yes. Yes. Yeah, and colleagues, partners that have just joined us, I've seen UNICEF, the IOM facilitating this exercise.
Yes.
I expected that other ministries, colleagues, the Minister of Water Resources and Irrigation. This is a very short kind of a sharing as a follow-up we have done before. So before I make my statement in a few bullet points, the engineer Emmanuel has presented the key scientific results that made us, at the Ministry of Water Resources and Irrigation, to call on attention and raise an alert. This is not the first of its kind. We did it. When we received for the first time, our minister received for the first time a message in April. That message was received by the Honorable Minister and made a written information on the report that came from East Africa. And that written communication was also presented, he requested to the cabinet. Afterwards, we made a technical input afterwards. We said we need now to call the media outlet, and we called them on 16 May during our celebration of Australia Day, so that everybody captured the endangering thing that is coming up with the data. So 16 was the day we gave an alert officially to the media. We invited all the ministries concerned and in public, and it was projected at the front of the Ministry of Water Resources and Irrigation. It was well attended, and that is where we gave the first alert based on the request or based on the report that we received from East Africa. By then, there was nothing showing that there was a danger coming. And afterwards, we kept giving monitoring to our rivers and tributaries, and also monitoring the report that comes from the region. The NSAP, the Nile Basin, the ECRA, at the regional level, global level, we have been monitoring. And exactly this month is what we projected that after 2 months or 3 months, we may be expecting something that is dangerous. And in fact, that is what made us today, because our reading, as the engineer has presented, we have 8 stations. And those 8 stations have shown abnormality in terms of level of water rise. Normally, when we reach to a level of 13 meters in Magan, this is the maximum level of water in the river that has reached the final. If any rains coming in, whether in our country or coming from the region, immediately the river will not accommodate that water. So that is where now we say we have riverine flooding, but not yet to the maximum. So the statement I'm giving is to give the narrative on a brief on the alert. The flood alert in South Sudan river water levels in all major monitoring stations have reached flood levels, the maximum levels for the river to hold. At this time, the levels are increasing. They are not stagnant. And they sustain high lake levels of Kyoga, Uganda, and other and rivers that are tributaries to them. ECPA, as presented by the engineer, seasonal prediction for October to December shows enhanced rainfall over western part of Greater Horn of Africa region, especially Uganda, South Sudan border, northwestern Kenya, and western Ethiopia. And exactly in our side, it will be eastern part of Victoria. The forecast also indicates September, which is next tomorrow, and October will definitely have an enhanced rainfall over South Sudan and Uganda. So we expect to have rains, a lot of rains, Uganda as well as South Sudan, according to the forecasting center. Therefore, riverine and fly storms are being experienced by both South Sudan and Uganda throughout the country as well. The flooding situation will be exacerbated given the already high water levels in the rivers, coupled with enhanced rainfall in September and October. We know very well Unity stayed still in waters. As the engineer has presented earlier, 2021 was the highest. But it was not the highest at this time. It was the highest in September, October. But now we reach the highest when we are still in the middle of August. So, our partners who are on, I know this has already been broadcasted online, our government institutions that are line ministries of caring for population, civil societies, organizations, all of us, we are asked to intensify flood mitigation and response measures, as well as the communities that are expected to be affected directly. These measures that they should put in place may include reinforcement. I know we don't have concrete buildings along those banks. These are very remote construction, but we need to be alerted so that we move out of those areas. And the construction of dikes that has already started in some of the areas, it has to intensify. Moving away from flood-prone areas is a must. It's not any longer an alert. You are alerted today that this is a very serious level we have reached. Prepositioning and distribution of food and non-food items that definitely our system and ministry of humanitarian affairs has been moving, doing this very important job, identifying the high ground in the states for our population to move to. It is going on, but it has to be intensified. And we have seen some of the areas that have already been reporting the riverine flash floods. We have the rank already. We have here in Juba. We have, as the presentation has shown, even our center has already been affected by the what show us that there is a danger already in place. Above, the continuous flood awareness has to continue. Our team has been visiting the states. Some are still to go very soon in Unity. They have already gone to Bibor, and they have gone to Malakal, and they are continuing to go. They went also up to Lakes, and they are continuing to visit all those vulnerable areas. During and after this event, we have to continue raising awareness. We have moved even to have a translation of the messages, those messages that are giving our population an awareness for them to capture the language they understand. And the translation have already started. We have already started to translate to major languages. And all the languages are also asked to have these messages reaching them. And I believe even within us here, there are some translators that are with us in the meeting hall here, and they will continue doing their job. This is a message, and it's a very serious message, and this is a flood alert event. On behalf of the Ministry of Water Resources and Irrigation, I thank you for coming, and I thank Iwan who facilitated this meeting today. Thank you very much.
This time we are going to give chance to media houses with any question or concern. Yes, sir.
اوكي انا هسال عدد كبير من الاسئله ويا ريت تكون ايه لو ممكن تختاروا الاجابه للسؤال اللي ممكن هجاوب عنه لانه باقي الاسئله تم الاجابه فوق بأندر سكرتير. اول دليل نعرف ممكن تحدد لنا بالضبط يا المناطق اللي بتتاثر بالفيضان السنه ده حسب الشرح انه فيضان هيكون اكبر من السنين اللي فاتت. دليل نعرف المناطق بالضبط عشان احنا كميديا نقدر نساعد كمان في التوعيه بتاع الناس في الاستوائيه هنا. سؤال ثاني، هل تم تفعيل الغرف الطوارئ في الولايات او المناطق المرصوده؟ السؤال الثاني، هل في افراد قاعده هناك او في القرى هم بيقوموا بالتوعيه بتاع الناس وده ياتوا يعني انتم معتمدين ياتوا شخصيات او يعني الجهه اللي بتقوم بالتوعيه، هل اولاد المنطقه ذاته ولا في جهات متطوعين هم بيقوموا بيساعدوكم في الانذار بالفيضان؟ والسؤال الثاني، جنوب ليه ما قاعد يفكر انه يعمل نظام داتورة؟ انا ما داتورة لكن يعني عشان نستفيد من المويه اللي فايض في فصل بتاع الفيضان. السؤال الثاني، لما نكون في فيضان انا بتمنى كان في ناس بتاعت الشؤون الانسانيه هنا عشان هم اللي هيجاوبوا على السؤال ده. سنويا بيحصل المشكله بتاع الفيضانات وبيسبب في نزوح داخليا. نشوف التحوطات، هل تم وضع خطه عشان يقلل من النزوح الداخلي في اثناء الفيضان؟ والجهه المعنيه باداره الكوارث هو الشؤون الانسانيه، ودارين نشوف في طرق بتنجرف في فصل بتاع الفيضان. يعني كل سنه بنسمع انه الشارع بتاع تركاكا اتاكل، الشارع بتاع يورم انحرف، وفي شوارع يعني بتحصل له انحراف. هل في خطط خدتوها عشان يعني زي مدارس ولا حاجات عشان بتحمي الانجرافات اللي بتحصل للطرق؟ وكمان بدنا نعرف اذا كان الفيضان الجاي ده هو كبير، هل انتم قاعدين تنبهوا انه تعلنوا حاله بتاع طوارئ ولا لسه الزمن ده ما جاء؟ ولو قلنا حاله بتاع طوارئ ده بيوري انه جنوب السودان فشل عشان ما يحل الازمه بتاع الفيضانات. والسؤال الاخير بيقول هل في الخطط بتاعكم بتاع وزاره شاركتوا الدول اللي عندها تجربه بمساله بتاع الفيضانات وهم قاعدين يحلوا كيف عشان كمان يساعدكم في انه كيف تحطوا خطط عشان تعالجوا الفيضانات في جنوب السودان؟ رحمه بنجامين اي بي سي.
Yeah. Engineer, you can answer and come to final. From all the team.
Okay, thank you for the questions. I will just answer some of the questions. I will answer some of the questions. Yes, regarding that question, that did we manage to collaborate with the other countries in order to learn from them the experience and how they deal with manage their floods. Recently, now we are depending on some of those regional forecasts because they are more accurate because of some modern technology that they have. That's why we collaborate with them for some of the issues. And the second point that you mentioned that how we can manage or we benefit from that water, excess water during the floods. Yes, this is some of the projects for protecting those rainfall water, which is called the Hafiz or the harvesting water system. There is some of those extraction of the ground with some of the areas. And regarding some of the roads in the country, they used to be washed by the rains or the floods. Yes, because maybe some of those projects or those of these roads, they did not consider some of the hydrological parameter for those areas. That's why the road should be washed by the floods. So this is what I can ask. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The question are well taken. Let me just add to my colleague Engineer Manuel. With regard to the preparedness, and I think the preparedness in water resources, tell people there is a danger of flooding is coming, is what we're doing now, forecasting. Tell people there's rain coming, there is too much water as we measure from our gauge station. It has taken care. The other work, it is when we have those equipment to assist those communities to direct water or to build some diet or some leaf to protect their properties, everything they have, and themselves, the people, the town as well. The last point, which is related to infrastructure, that one, it is still the plan, and we plan for, but the lack of resources of time. So are not allow you now to start in. So we are remaining with just to tell people the water is too much. please take care. The rest of the work, when it becomes very dangerous, the work of the humanitarian affairs. It's not the work of water resources. Second, we are operating with the Nile Basin Initiative Centers, being the Eastern Nile, which is the countries of Sudan, Egypt, Ethiopia, and South Sudan. The forecasting hub is in Addis Ababa. They starting since long time ago when we got the Nile Basin Initiative. During the rainy season, even we used to send some engineers to work with them and send us every day the forecast of the rainfall. But the coverage was very small. It's only for that area. It started from Sobat, some far of Jubilee, and going toward the north to Ram. And now, this year, the Nile Equatorial Lake, through the Nile Basin Initiative, they start to give us the forecast of the light plot. That one for intro is rain and also the riverine flooding. So we are getting some information from that, is what we used to share last year. This year, we have got assistance from our sisterly countries of Egypt with the forecasting center. And now this forecasting center is confirming what we are talking about now. It's forecasting every day, telling us there is a rain in this place, shower, whatever, which is the good information for us now to share with the public. Plus, the river station, measurement station. Now we have addition of the river gauging station in Bor that was not there before. So Bor now, they read the water level, they know what is happening. Also in Namibia, some engineers, they will still going down to put, to rehabilitate the old gauges of those areas of Akobo and Fibor and other areas like Fayi in Lagos State, so that also to give us that record, the rainy season to allow and tell our people that there is danger of issues. In the ministry, we are working very hard to get any new experience that we can benefit from it, so that it is where now we can able to manage the water resources. At the state, we have the Director of Water and Sanitation, whereby all the responsibility of water resources is in their hand with the state. The visit that we used to take now and is going on is because to tell them all the state and those directly responsible for water that there's a danger of water is coming. And this information we're sharing with them. So now it is a state authority to share with that community. Maybe the issues of coverage, media coverage, will be an issue for the rest of the community, Payam counties, but also that will be out of our hand. Thank you very much.
نضيف على إجابات الزملاء السؤال أخت رحمة نزول داخلية ما هي المناطق المتأثرة المتوقعة تتأثر بالفيضانات؟ هل في ناس بيقوموا بالتوعية في الولايات؟ مننا ليه ناس ما استفادت من المويه الفايضة السنين دي كلها؟ في تجهيزات اللي نعملوه علاج الإنشاء الثاني في شنو يتعمل بخصوص عشان نجاوب على الأسئلة ده إخواني ديل جاوبوا لكن داير أضيف بسيط بالعربي هم اللي لبسوا أجل المناطق المتعثرة المناطق تتعثر وبلد كمان تتعثر حاليا في جبهة البلد نحن فوق ده في مناطق تعجبها ده كله على ضفاف النيل كله ديل يتعثر حتى ولو ما ذكرت كل اسمائهم وندبر واحد منهم حتى مين له لغه هنا تاثير لغه الشركات لحد المويه بتاعها يعني المناطق الواطيه اللي بتاثر بمويه بتاعت الري ذاتها شفناها بديل ماشي الامطار دي تاثر حتى لو ما طلعت من البحر مطار براء يأثر في الناس ذكر بيوت. من جوبا هنا في سنتر كتورة المناطق مناطق بتاعت تركيا لحد ما تمشي للليل. كل المناطق الحازية على النيل سوى الجمهور هو معروف تتأثر مباشرة. المناطق كله لحد ما يمشي الشمال بتاع المنطقة بتاع السودان مناطق بتاع الرد بدأت تريد يعني الأمطار بدأت تتأثر في البوبليشن في الشعب الموجود هنا. فكل المناطق اللي هي على النيل بدون ما يسميهم واحدة واحدة تتأثر بالريفراين فلاش يوروب. في شنو قاعدين نعملوه ويا وزارات؟ نحن هسه بنتعامل قوة مع بعض مع مينستر اوف هيومانيتيريان افيرز. نشتغل مع بعض بين 3 فنيين يشاركوا مع ناشونال بلان الخطة الوطنية لتدريب الكوارث ان احنا نجهزه لازم جزء من الناشونال بلان خطة دولة المخططين في وزارة الكوارث هي القائد هي اللي بيستمر بالموضوع ده. ونحن ندي للناس الانتباه زي الانتباه اللي قالنا ولا ده لشغل بتاعنا في وزارة الري. ندي انتباه انه في حاجة جاية عشان الوزارة المعنية يقوم بالتجهيز. ونحن بنشتغل برضه مع ولايات حكومات بتاعتنا 3 الناشونال الولاية والمحلية كلنا بنشتغل مع بعض. فلو وصلنا الخبر للولاية أكيد الولاية هيوصل برضه للمحليات. وده دور مشترك ب3 طيب بالضبط التريو. فعندنا شغل قاعد يقوم به الموظفين الفنيين المتخصصين وزارة الري يمشوا وزيارتها مستمرة من شهر 5 لحد زيارات فنية. بجانب شنو؟ زيارات بتاعت السياسيين الوزراء مشوا كذا مرة وممكن يجوا المازمية يشوفوا. ففي عمل مشترك مع وزارة واحدة بتشتغل براها كل الوزارات المعنية بيشتغلوا مع بعض. ففي التوعية بيمشي الولاية بيقوم يوصل برضه توعية للمحليات. ممكن نقدر نقول انه الخطط بتاعنا اوزار حاليا قايمه. عندنا مشروع قايمين به مع البنك الدولي والمشروع ده مشروع مهم قايمين به هسه حاليا وقاعدين نعمل تقديرات يكون في دراسات. والدراسات اللي حتتعمل ده هيحدد لنا نوعيه بتاعت الانفراستراكشر المنشآت المفروض يفتوح. لأن المنطقة بتاعتنا منطقة واطية تجارة الحبش عالية تجارة إيست أفريقيا عالية ونحن بنكون متضررين أكثر. يعني نحن زي كان شنو؟ زي خوف من السودان زي خوف النزوح اللي قاعدين نشوف هسه جاي من الشمال بسبب مشاكل في الشمال. عندنا نزوح برضه بتاعت مويه خلقت المويه يعني البيئة برضو أثر وهيأثر في حياة بعض الناس. ففي نزوح داخليا والدولة بتحاول تعمل كل الخطط اللازمة على أساس إنه يكون في سد للتضرر الواقع بالناس كله عشان الشعب كان ما يكون تأثير. الطرعات دي حتيجي ناس بتعمل هسه دايس لكن نعمل بصورة علمية دراسات تخلص الدين يعتبر نوع من المنشآت المفروض نحطه في المطار عشان نستفيد من المويه الفايضه. دي حاجات ما يوم واحد بياخذ زمن. فممكن يكون كل زول يكون خد باله انه لازم نعمل اللي علينا وما ننتظر لحد ما كل المشاكل تتحل في يوم من الايام. نعمل حاجه شويه ولازم نساعد بعضنا نساعد المجتمعات في القرى تتأثر كثير. شكرا جزيلا. If there is another question that is not answered, you can raise it. Some colleagues from the ministry they also can add if we need support.
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you for the comprehensive briefing. My name is Santo. I'm a freelance journalist. I work on Shihua News Agency. I have a couple of questions. Number one, you have given a comprehensive what the flooding situation will look like in the next coming period of time. Do you have figures of the number of people that have so far been affected? That's one. And affected by the floods. And we have gotten reports of some snake bites as a result of the floods. Do you have any figures? Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm called Moses Mabrook, working with KCFN. Thank you so much for each and everything, and also we appreciate for the flood alert. I have a question. You talked about the construction of dikes in different areas where the Nile Basin flows. We know really that South Sudan is mainly, yes, South Sudan is in the lowland. Some areas, mainly where that's the Nile is passing from. Which types of dikes the ministry coming up with? Because just recently I saw the citizens of Fangak 2 happen to come out with just this local dikes. Is that one allowed with the Ministry of Water? And also the other one is we know the drainage system of South Sudan is completely poor. What is the way forward from the ministry to work upon this?
For mediums. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm just quoted from Radio. I wanted you, Honorable Undersecretary, to emphasize more on the issue of flooding. This issue started in 2020 up to now, and we don't know when is it going to end. And you talked earlier about evacuation of the affected communities. So I want you to emphasize on that. For how long are we going to continue, evacuating people from the affected areas or flood-prone areas? So what's the alternative? Is there any plans that are you putting in place, maybe in 1 year, in 2 years, or in 5 years to come, so that the communities can adapt to flooding instead of moving away? What if we don't have upper areas of high ground? What's going to happen? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for the briefing. My name is Nima Chokman. I'm from Future Savers Network. It's a national NGO. I have some few questions in regard to environment, because it's like most of our discussion is on humanity and humanitarian aspect, but I have also from the environmental point of view. My first question is that as the gene is going on, have we evaluated the cost of damage that we perceive from the upcoming floods? Because this is one of the problems that is affecting the third world countries in climate change. We have climate finance, and most of the countries are not able to access the funds just because we are not able to put an amount of what we lost and how much it costs. So is the ministry ready to evaluate the loss so that we can also go to the international community or the UNFCCC to compensate us for the loss of damage? That is the first question. The second one is, what next after the floods? Do we have any plan after the floods? Because we're not just going to think of evacuating people and resettling them, but what plans do we have after the floods? That's the next question. And then the third one is, do we have a plan for conservation of biodiversity? Because as the floods come, we are losing trees, we are losing ecosystems, and there will be a lot of environmental pollution that can also affect the aquatic organism. So are we having plans for the conservation of biodiversity? And then as we plan of evacuating people, do we have plan for smart agriculture? Because these are the impact of climate change and we need to adapt. You know, for people to feed a livelihood, we have to think of ways of how to do smart agriculture, and also harnessing or harvesting this water. As much as we see it as a threat, we should also see it as a resource. So are we tackling this issue as integrated water resource management, so that we can also harness it and see the positive part of this water? And if we harvest it, it can actually be used for irrigation.
Thank you very much. I would like to start from the last speaker. Media and also issues related to diet. Let me start this way. When we want to manage the water resources, management, it means you have a lot of water coming from somewhere. To manage this water, the management is that you have that infrastructure to store water behind, being a dam, being a field, being any source of dam. So when you need water to the people that after now you release little by little. And if flooding is coming, also you release the water as the one. Like now we are hearing from Uganda, they release this amount. It's because of the Owen Dam. We don't have any single dam coming from Ethiopia, highlight water, mitigate the flooding that is coming from that side. From the Equatorial Lake, coming through Uganda, and those of Sepulveda to Egypt, no regulator to regulate the water flow and release. Coming from the Congo water divide, we use Uganda. Sorry, you don't have a regulator, water regulator, to regulate that flow, and also other issues. The blockage of all the rivers by either by the grasses or by sediment. So a lot of work needs to be done. Like last year, we were talking too much on issues of clearance and cleaning of rivers. It's because some areas, if those streams are clear, the water cannot go out. But due to the now become shallow, water is going out. We get some people around and affect their activities. Those infrastructure, some of them, they are addressed under the Regional Climate Resilience Program that was given to South Sudan as a grant, water resource, by the World Bank, and now the project is effective. What we're doing is what? We say we want to start with some storage activities, facility, like a fish that we're talking about, to at least harvest some water, but the project is not big enough because it will target so many issues. So that water harvesting is there, and we will build on to identify more intervention that can be implemented later on if are not under this project because of the financial limitation. Second, there is a full feasibility study for the affected areas, 5 states that used to be affected by flooding, including the refugees area in Mabad. This study is going to take place to show us which type of infrastructure we want to use to protect the people properties, their livelihood, some town, the important town from that area, from the flight crop or the riverine crop. Those they may take time from now, they will not happen today, but tomorrow they will take 1 year at least, so that to see the result. So we are building on that. In the part of ideology, we are building on to equip all South Sudan with the information station that will give us what is happening in that village, including the Yabus river that come from Minnesota Island, to tell us what we should do to forecast, to tell our people the danger is coming. That is, now we want people to know what to do. And also, they will be trained, everyone will be trained from the state up to the counties to fire. Coming back to infrastructure also, we're supposed to use for our plan. So Sudan, we're supposed to have at least 3 dams for flood mitigation. At Barjabal, reach of the Barjabal tip, there is very good potential, 4 of them or 5, at least 1. And we talk to the night baby, take care of that one, especially the resource mobilization. And the investigation of the area of the dam is set fully. And also at the Bara Kobo Sobat, we call it Bara Kobo Sobat because it's coming from Bara, from Ethiopia. The mill was a Kobo, and now the mill is to go to form the Sobat. Also, we have potential of it. Nothing like that. It's talk about release, little by little. So that issues of people affected by people will be reduced because you will now manage the water, release as you want. The part of Baragazal, we already identified the survey dam, but it's not seeing the light. I think we also will see at the source. We implement this dam also and mitigate some issues. But the water today has to continue. As per the diet we are talking about, I visited Poor recently. The diet that we are seeing is a man-made. It's just a temporary diet. People, they want to protect their properties, their area that they are sitting in. The technical diet, it is a diet that is designed with a slope. And also, if you want to see a dam, you want to see the dam, the grace of the dam, which is the upper of the dam, is supposed to be 3 meters. So that the shading is not a diet, but they just saw something. For example, we start in board. Our colleague here, IOM, they're working the board diet. To protect the turn of the board. You see, what we're saying, we say, okay, we don't have a sample like this before. We want to make a technical diet that will be a good intervention by this project. From there, the implementation will start immediately. Thank you.
Yeah, I think Engineer Thomas has already translated what I was saying also in Arabic, which can again clarify. If we talk about the areas, I mentioned earlier that the Central Equatoria here have a number of. We start with the Juba here, the areas of Logo, Shekat, these areas of Ndogoro. If we go to the areas of Mangara, Keka, we go up to the areas of Lake State along the Minkaman, view the areas of Shambe. Before Shambe, there are some other towns. And then we have already alluded to Bor itself, the Duk, the true Duk, the areas of Unity, we go to Adok, there itself, Nyang, those of Manija, apart from the area that is already in water, that is Unity itself, until Gona. these are affected. The Upper Nile alone, you have already listened to the affected population in Rand, over 12,000 population that are already have houses affected. But you will be getting the clear data from the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs that will give you clear and correct data with what I'm saying. The study was done and we contributed to the plan. As the Minister of Education, we contributed to that plan. And the implementation will be done by all the government institutions that are lying. The Minister of Environment will deal with his own mandates and tasks in regard to the environmental effects that are already caused by the water flushing out everything. The trees are already going to be affected. Our livestock, our animals, all. We are talking about the farming. All these are economic damages that will be affected and will cause our people, apart from being driven out of their own ancestral lands. The effect is high, and I think there was a cost calculated and it was presented to the government and was also presented to the partners. So people are trying to put what could be done and for how long. I think that's a good question. I don't want to repeat the question that I have been accused of times back that the Minister of Water Resources has been saying the water is flowing. And when is it flowing? Since 2011. Even if they got lowering the pipe, it would have not reached the ground since 2011. I don't know. I still remember that question. And it's a valid question. I think you can see now there is something going on in terms of the water supply in the network, in the towns, but we are moving slowly but sure. People will have clean drinking water every household connected. The same thing, we will be a level that our population will not be running away from water. The way we are planning now, and we got the 215 million from the World Bank, and we are moving to add more money, it will reach the level that we will be in a position to manage our water, to benefit us, not run away from it. Benefit from it, and then we prosper. But this does not come by itself. It has to come through planning. And that is why we got the 215 million, and we are working further to get more money. And this will give us a study to do a proper system, not to run away from water, but to manage water for our benefit. Because if we are blessed with water, we need to know what are the ways needs our benefit from waters. We cannot run away from the blessing. But because technologies are not yet brought in place, we are still struggling, and we have friends that are helping us to achieve this management level, the highest that we can benefit from the waters and be prosperous. So water is a blessing, and we cannot say it is a curse. Even now, people are running away from it. We are not running away from it because it is a curse, because we have not managed how to manage ourselves. So in just a few words, we are working towards putting our management level in the right way, and we will manage. So we are on the way. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I hope we have not cut someone out. In case if you have any question, you're welcome. If not, thank you for your coming. We appreciate you. At this juncture, I think we have come to the end of our session. So we will have a closing remark by our president.
Yeah, I just wanted to appreciate the media houses. Recently, we have just conducted a training on how to communicate messages in terms of water resources. The Nile Basin gave a training, and I think by giving this event, by doing this event today. And that it is a role of the media. Thank you very much for honoring to come today and listen to the presentation, and then you will have to reflect it to our population that could be reached through the media. It is good that when there is a problem, we work together. You can never do work alone, as they say, one hand does not clap. To work together, the media, the government institution, the population, the national level, state level, and local government, we have to work together to collaborate and also with our partners. At this juncture, I want you to say on behalf of my team that are here in this meeting hall that this event will also be repeated once and more. This event is giving us the highest level of deliverance. Any raise that is coming in, it will have effects on the population. There's a need to tackle it seriously. I just wanted to say thank you very much, and let us meet again for another event. Thank you.
Thank you. We have come to the end of our meeting, so we have a tea break, and for the media team, we are having a forum. It's called South Sudan 9 journalists. So in case if you want to be added to that group, you can contact me. I'll be available. Thank you. Have a blessed time.